We have an update on the case of the Maryland man wrongly deported to El Salvador. The administration admits it was a mistake to send this man, who is a lawful resident of the United States, married to a U.S. citizen, to El Salvador. Now a judge has decided the Trump administration must provide, quote, daily updates on its efforts to return Kilmer Abrego Garcia to the United States after he was sent to El Salvador because of what the administration calls, quote, an administrative error and what a court called Kafkaesque mistake. An attorney for Abrego Garcia appeared in court this afternoon. Here's what Abrego Garcia's lawyer said outside court while calling on the White House to abide by the Supreme Court's order to return his client.
The government attorney did say that they intend to comply with the order and bring him back. That's the bare minimum. They should have done that already. They've had plenty of time between the Supreme Court's order early yesterday evening and now. He should be here in the United States. It's a 5-hour flight.
But he's not. Let's bring in our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, in Greenbelt, Maryland. So, Pierre, you were there. Tell us what happened in court and what the judge's reaction to the government's position was.
Terry, I think the most notable thing about the hearing today was how frustrated the judge actually was. She had some basic questions for the government's attorney. Number one was, where is Mr. Abrego Garcia and what is his condition? And she was clearly flustered when the attorney for the government could not answer that question, Terry. He could not answer the question. She asked him another question about exactly what steps were being taken all these days after her initial order to bring Abrego Garcia back to the United States. The government's attorney did not have an answer for that. That is why the judge ended up in the position of taking the stand that every day until they get Mr. Abrego Garcia back to this country, she wants an update to answer the questions that she put before the government. She clearly has a sense that the government is not complying intentionally, and she's pushing them to give her the answers that she wants, Terry.
Yeah, to pretty basic questions. Where is he? What's his condition? Under whose authority is? Because, Pierre, obviously the Supreme Court said that order is good law. The Supreme Court, all 9 justices, upheld her order saying that this man must be returned to the United States, but the court can't tell the government how to do it. Do you get the sense that the Department of Justice is not openly defying this order, but is at least going to slow walk it and maybe not even do that much to accomplish it and obey it?
Well, the question of whether they're slow walking it is an open one. The government's attorney today, Drew Ensign, simply was saying that the government was trying to evaluate the Supreme Court's ruling. It took issue with part of the judge's interpretation of the Supreme Court ruling. The government attorney did say that they intended to comply with the Supreme Court order, but you raised a very critical question, Terry. How quickly will that take place? And again, I can't emphasize enough the level of frustration we saw from the judge when she asked that basic question. Where is Mr. Abrego Garcia and under what condition is he being held?
Yeah, a federal judge, a lot of power there, and she's having trouble exercising it over the Trump administration. Pierre Thomas, thanks very much.